context of this is a very important election for the Green Party, as other elections next May are terribly important. So I just wanted to put a little bit of this in context. Because this has been a unique London Green Party selection. It's unique because it was the first post-Green surge London selection. There were 12,000 members eligible to vote. That's about 5 times the number of members eligible to vote in the last selection. It's unique because we're entering after such a strong showing last time, led by Jenny, when we were 3rd in both the mayoral and the Assembly list campaign. And this is an unusual election in national terms because, of course, it is a proportional representation election. It's conducted under a fair electoral system, just as the elections at the same time in Wales and Scotland be conducted under a fair, transparent, modern electoral system. And it's an election that's happening at the time when our out-of-date, first-past-the-post Westminster election system is coming under scrutiny like it's never been scrutinised before. Which is right, of course, because the last Westminster election returned a result that was the least proportional in British history. The more than 1.1 million Green voters were being represented by a brilliant MP, Caroline Lucas, but she is only one MP, and a proportional result would have seen her having at least 24 colleagues in the Westminster Parliament. Now, the Green Party's shown that we can beat the first-past-the-post electoral system, with Caroline's victory with a continually growing number of local councillors up and down the country. And we won't just, I as national leader, won't just be focusing on London and Wales. I'll also be focusing on very important elections in Bristol, in Sheffield and in Liverpool, all of those being places where we finished 2nd in general election seats, the first time we'd ever done that. But the fact is, the voters in London, as in Wales and Scotland, don't have to worry this time about the election system. You've got the fair system there already. Put Sian as your #1 choice for mayor, and then you can make your own choice for your second choice for mayor. In the Assembly list, you know your vote will help to elect Green Assembly members. There's always been at least 2 Green Assembly members ever since the Assembly was created, and there's a great chance now for us to grow, maybe even double that. This is a really important election, and we've got far more people than ever before to contribute to it, and all London Green Party members can make a contribution. But before I finish, just one final point, which is I have to pay tribute to the 2 people who've done an enormous job, dedicated a large part of their life to the London Green Party and the people of London. That, of course, is Jenny Jones and Darren Johnson, who've been our Assembly members since 2000, since the inception of the Assembly, but they're choosing to stand down next year to move on to new pastures. Jenny, of course, you'll still be hearing from a great deal, as our still our sole member of the House of Lords. She's in there with the avowed intention of abolishing it, replacing it with a fair, elected upper house. That's a cause that only last week David Cameron strengthened significantly with a notably embarrassing collection of people on the dissolution nomination list. And Darren Johnson, I think many of us know. Okay, there you go, I didn't see it. We're not laughing at Darren, that's all right, Darren, if you're watching. I have to listen. That's what you call a supportive Assembly list member person. But I will have to refer to what I think most of us know Darren's going to be doing, which will be promoting the cause of music performances and festivals up and down the country, and doesn't he deserve the chance to do that? Yeah. Their achievements are many, far too many to list here, but I'm just going to focus on 2 of them to make what I think is an important point. Darren and Jenny were responsible for establishing the London Living Wage Unit with a deal with then Mayor Ken Livingstone. Now, when the Green Party first started talking about the living wage, it was seen as a radical, unattainable idea. Now it's entirely mainstream. We've even got George Osborne talking about it, although since he started that, we now have to talk about the real living wage, not George Osborne's pretend one. And Darren and Jenny were champions of 20-mile-per-hour speed limits everywhere where people live, work and shop. Again, a decade ago, that was seen as a radical, unattainable idea. It's those Greens, they've got these ideas. Now, the City of London is entirely 20 mile per hour, the least radical place you could possibly imagine. And the list of boroughs in that category is growing fast. So what I'd urge the people of London, next May, give your #1 vote to Sian Berry as Mayor, and give us your vote in the Assembly list election. Because we don't just promote our new ideas, we ensure they're put into practice. In our current economic, social and environmental crises, we can't continue with the same old ways. We're at an historic point where everything breaks apart and everything comes together. The Green Party is the solutions party, the party with the plans and the policies to build a fair, sustainable, livable London. Please help us to do that.